Welcome into this week's edition of Maverick Insider. I'm Rob Clark, joined alongside Minnesota State men's hockey head coach Luke Strand. Coach, team able to pick up a couple of road wins against Lake Superior State, one in overtime, one in regulation. Just how did you like the way that your group kind of attacked the weekend?
It was good to get away. I think it was good for our team just to be on the same page. Road wins are tough. I think our conference has got so much parity in it, and if you're not bringing your game, you're risking the idea that it's not going to go your way. So, the extra stanza, which we've been getting into here with the overtimes, it was good to get a win out of it for all the looks that we've had in overtime that we haven't maybe won in overtime. So that was exciting because it's still a win, man. It just is. And, I would love it to take 60 minutes, but sometimes it takes more. So, and then I thought the response Saturday was very good by our group. I thought that we got punched in the nose right away, got scored on, and then as our group responded to it, the momentum and emotion, connectivity built up, and able to win the second one on the road.
What do you think this group can maybe do to prevent going to overtime in so many games that we've seen already throughout this season?
We're working on the idea that you're trying to step on someone's throat, right? You're trying to end it. When you get a little bit of a lead, can you get a separator? We keep a really good running total, like scoring chance count after what we lead like. So there's been times where I felt like we probably protected a lead versus like trying to do the extra and step on it. And so we're in the deep dive of that because learning how to win is a crucial step to what you want to become at the end of the year. Close games can feel like close games, or close games can feel like no problem. And we're trying to make sure that happens.
We see Evan Murray has been having a pretty big season for MSU. Just have you noticed his progression over the years to where he is one of those top defensemen in the nation in terms of scoring and all that?
Mersey's approach is just it's really mature. I think when he got here, he wanted to play on the weekend. He wanted to play in the games. Like it wasn't. Now he wants to get into practice and get better, and he dives into his video and takes it very personal, like on things he can improve on, and puts that to practice. You'd have to give a hats off to Ralphie Bergmanis as his partner, because those two have been together. And I think when you've got Ralphie's stability as a partner, sometimes that makes it easier on the other side. And then there's the other part right now where we've got a growing group of D. From Conrad to Hupka to Bryce to that group is getting more and more minutes, which is taking some pressure off of 10 to play penalty kill, power play, all of these, so he gets a little more focus on what maybe the next stages of his game are.
We see Sam Morton get called up to Calgary. When you coached him, what really stood out to you about his approach? And I'm sure you probably knew before that he would be one of those guys to be playing in the NHL.
He did. I mean, I think his relationship with practice, it really grew up. I thought he attacked practice. He wanted the extra. He, again, was a driver. He'd been through so many health, like we went through the knee surgeries and all of the things, and his ability to stay with it and really on the other side of it be actually better than when he was before he got hurt. That says a lot about the character. And I think some of those adverse situations that he went through with all the successes he was having are building him to be a pro and an everyday pro. And, hopefully a call-up is great, but now he's at the age and he's at the contract where you get called up. When you got to go back through waivers on the way back down, so other teams can pick you up every time you get pulled up. So sometimes teams are a little bit strategic when they call up a guy of Morty status because they don't want to lose him in their organization. So they must have a pretty good handle on what other organizations are full and maybe not in the hunt for another player like him.
And when we look forward to this weekend, MSU against Michigan Tech, what do you feel like this series will kind of come down to between these two teams? I know you guys are ranked 14th in the nation, and Tech is one of those teams that's been receiving national votes as well.
They should be receiving votes. They should actually be ranked. For me, I think their forward group is very talented group with depth. At the same time, Bill McCult, the new coach, has come in there. He's a good coach. He was a hell of a player, and he's just done a good job with his team. And they've got some swagger in the way they play, and they stick around. They've won close games, which has got to be a lot to be. You don't get 8 wins at this time of year without winning close games. So they've found their way into those wins, and we got to make sure when it's close and it's tight, which it's going to be, that you're on the right side of it. And don't give them too many inches because they can make them miles pretty quick.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me.
You bet.
We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.